Well, more places are starting to recommend or require masks once again, and that's leading to a resurgence of pandemic-related depression. Katie Crowther takes a deeper dive into the mental health challenges and how to manage it.
Surging COVID-19 cases and the Delta variant are casting a familiar shadow.
I would say probably 95% of my clients are talking about this.
Psychotherapist Ami Betty counsels adults and leads mental health discussions for local companies. She says this all comes at an already anxious time.
Back to school, summer's coming to an end, and now we're being faced with having to make some changes that we thought we were able to put behind us.
Lakeisha Russell, a licensed professional counselor who works exclusively with children and teens, notices a similar trend.
I'm hearing it now. Many of the kids are anxious that they may have to do virtual all over again.
Rates of anxiety, depression, suicide, and drug use all increased through the coronavirus pandemic, sparked by fear, isolation, and uncertainty.
When we know that we have like a hopeful end in sight, we can tolerate adversity. But when we can't figure out where that end is, that is where we then really have a hard time.
It's important to focus on what we can control, and helping others in times of stress can actually help us.
One of the best ways that we can actually feel a sense of purpose is to step outside of like, how is this impacting me? Think about like the person who lives next door. Do they need some help?
Another key to coping: set boundaries on how often you're checking your phone and researching COVID-19.
As parents, being conscious of how we're exhibiting our anxiety, talking about those emotions because they're normal and they're natural, regardless of what you might hear, what family members might be sharing, or other educators or whoever. Do what works best for you and your family.
And focus every day on what you're thankful for. The so-called pandemic silver linings.
We all have also had moments of clarity, insight, joy. We've had some fun, connection. We have been able to reach into ourselves and find places where we didn't realize that we had beauty, strength, or resources. Remember those things too.
Spending time in nature and moving your body in some way also helps. And the biggest tool mental health experts always go back to is breathing. If you're feeling panicked, take some slow, deep breaths. Reporting in Milwaukee, Katie Crowther, TMJ4 News.